Hello and welcome to the Memorial Ground for this pre-season friendly between Penistone Church and Stocksbridge Park Steels. I'm your commentator. Thank you, Ben. You just dismissed that. We're live here for a pre-season friendly between Penistone Church and Stocksbridge Park Steels as we look to see how this Stocksbridge team is shaping up ahead of the start of the season on the 9th of August. We find out who we face in that opening game tomorrow at 2 o'clock. But for today, we see how the Steels are warming up with all these new players and some more familiar players as well. What we're going to see. So let's go through the team. Penistone Church, as many teams do during pre-season, have not provided a team sheet today. So we'll try and just guess at a few. Whereas this is the team for the first half for Stocksbridge. It's Mikey Roxburgh in goal, then Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Sam Kay, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggulden, Oliver Grezlak, Danny Deakin, James Morris, Jack Watson, and Jordan Barnett. That was the team that was provided to us earlier today. As is always the case in pre-season, these things can change last minute. So we will have a look to see if there are any differences. Who's you play for? So both teams already. Stocksbridge have just changed their kits just on the side, as they did against Golcar. That was the first friendly last Friday, where the Steels did lose 1-0, but will have been happy with the amount of chances they made and the way a lot of their new signings were able to gel really quickly. Quite impressively so in many ways. So Danny Deakin will be the one to get us underway. Does look like from the players that are coming out here, it is going to be the team that we were actually told. Look at the pre-season where we don't really have any idea what's going on and we're guessing half the time. And as it's often typical pre-season, we did have a 7:30 kickoff time. We are not going to hit that time. As referee just makes his final jokes, and here we go. So Stocksbridge Park Steels get us underway in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks, keen from left to right, while Penistone Church are in the black and white striped shirts, black shorts and black socks, keen from right to left. Sam Kay just gives away a foul in the first 10 seconds with a push in the back on the Penistone 7. So it will be Rob Ludlam, the new Penistone centre-back, taking the free kick. Former Stocksbridge player, obviously both teams are familiar. And Tom Charlesworth has just won the ball. Another former Penistone player hits it forward to James Morris. He's looking for an overlap. We'll find Charlesworth on the right as Stocksbridge push people forward. Cross goes in. It's taken a deflection and block, and the Penistone keeper's done well to come out and claim that early on. But an early mistake from Penistone, who were very close to the start of their season in the last Saturday of July. 2 weeks ahead in their pre-season. Something that should always be remembered when we see some of the results that come out. As Ludlam there makes a mistake and gives it to Jack Watson. Bit of a shove in the back on Watson, and that will be penalised. Free kick to the Steels 1 minute into this game. So a free kick for Stocksbridge, quite far out, a few yards away from the halfway line on the right-hand side. Which are going to end up being quite central, and seems to be Danny Deakin, who will come up to take it despite how deep it is. And hasn't been many people in front of him, but I think Stocksbridge really thinking, how do you work these sort of situations? Loop ball into the box, but that's going to loop pretty harmlessly to the Penistone goalkeeper, who claims it well. Ball long from that Penistone keeper out to the right wing, loops over the top where everyone will go out for a Stocksbridge throw. Slow pace to begin with this pre-season friendly, as is typical. Jack Tinker making his first appearance of pre-season after missing the game against Golcar. Launches that ball away looking for Barnett on the left, but And it will come off a Penistone player last. Tinker again launches it quickly. He's looking for the runner Watson, who's trying to get the right side of Ludlam. Ludlam's kept him offside though. Back into Deakin, takes a touch, being blocked, tries to get a pass in. The block takes anything out. I think that's Mackenzie Stocks who's cleared that. As Penistone will try to get a counter-attack here. They found some space for the number 3 on the left. First time passed out to the left, just a bit overhit for the 11, who just can't get to it. It will be a throw-in. Charles launch it to Eagleton, back to Charlesworth. Takes a touch, launches it long, looking for Morris, but will be headed away by Ludlam. Deakin heads it back. Watson will bring it down well. He's faced up by the free though. Tries to get it out to Morris, and it's blocked. It will be a Stocksbridge throw. Stocksbridge with more of the possession in the early periods of this game. 3 minutes gone. 0-0. Sarah Charles with the ball right now. Finds Barnett, who's come over to that side, but Barnett's pass trying to find Charles, goes out of play. Will be a throw into Penistone after that. So throwing here for the number 3 who launched it downfield. Grayslite headed it, even though Tom Charles had shouted for it. And Penistone might be able to launch an attack from it. He's looking for the 11. Eagleton fighting for it. The 11 trying to take on the outside, but there's no space there for him. And it will be a goal kicking. Ian Richards is making sure Ollie Grayslite knows that he should be letting TC have that if he's shouted for it. Richards, who knows his ground very, very well, was the manager of Penistone Church for many years. Took it all the way up from the County Senior League to the Northern Counties Premier Division before making the switch to become Stocksbridge's manager. As well, dribble back to the Penistone goalkeeper. Launch long. Elliot Owen heads it away, and it goes back to Tinker. Takes a touch. Sends it forward here. Well collected down by Barnett. Back to Deakin, who's looking for the run of Morris, who's just trying to get on the right side of the 5, but he's got that covered well. Turns and clears out for the number 2, and manages to get it knocked off Deakin. Then it will be a Penistone throw-in. I'll try and keep you up to date with anything else we see that might be of interest from the rest of the footballing world. As Stocksbridge win the ball back, Morris feeding it back to Deakin, launching the ball into the box. He's looking for Watson. Ludlam heads it away if he can get to him. Head back into the middle, and the 12 clears it away. We'll go all the way back to Mikey Roxburgh, who will take his first touches in this game. Got the full 90 against Golcar on Friday night. We'll only get the 45 today. Ben Townsend returning in the second half. Ball going forward, knocked into the middle to Morris. Morris finds Deakin, forced back to Sam Kay. One of the few new faces on the first half today. Back to Deakin. Controlling it, trying to move on to the left. Forward to Morrison, back with Kay. Stocksbridge just getting a bit caught in the middle at the moment, not really being able to push forward as it goes all the way back to Elliot Owen. He rolls it back down to Roxburgh. Takes the touch and will roll it out in front of him, taking his time. The former Spennymoor goalkeeper. Hits to right. He has to slice that a bit. Tom Charles will have to come in for it and goes into the back of his man a bit. Appeals for a free kick and not given as it eventually does go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Tom Charles with the throw-in just inside Penistone's half. Another man who's very familiar with the Memorial Ground, having spent several years here. Throws it right to Elliot Owen, who will take this forward. Hitting it, trying to Tinker, who does well keeping it in, but his touch just gives it to the number 2 of Penistone, who's looking to turn and clears it out. Tinker got a block on it. Will be a throw for Penistone deep in their own half. Seven minutes gone in this game as Penistone trying to knock it over to the left, but Tom Charles will read it, heads it, takes it behind him, can only get a small, short hit on it, and Watson tries to get a touch on it, it ends up going out of play, and it will actually be a Stocksbridge throw-in, the number 3 of Penistone being adjudged to get the final touch. As Charles throws it back to Eagleton, that probably was a foul throw, actually. He goes back to Charlesworth. Tries to curl a pass in looking for Barnett, but he's offside. And it will be a free kick, which is quickly taken. Out to the number 2. Who knocks one over the top. He's looking for the 7 to try and test Elliot Owen here. The 7's done quite well against Owen, who ends up going further backwards after getting his first touch and has to just send it down the channel. He's stayed in, and Penistone will be able to keep the attack alive as they find the pass in the middle to the 10. Touches, try to get it behind. Just going to knock, and I think the bounce of the pitch has helped. Penistone as the 8 advanced forward is going to take a shot. It's a really well hit strike from the number 8 of Penistone. That has put them ahead. It's Penistone's first chance of the game, but they've took it really well. It's a well taken hit with the left right. It was allowed way too much time by the Stocksbridge defence. Mikey Roxburgh couldn't do much about that. It is 1-0 to Penistone Church. And the Steels, like on Friday night, are 1-0 down in a pre-season friendly. They've had more of the possession, Stocksbridge, so far, but Penistone have had the one chance. They've taken it, and it's 1-0. I think that's a sign of the differences of how far both teams are into their pre-season. There's Tom Charlesworth goes into Morris. In the middle, look for Kerr, who will control it, and back to Morris, who simply control it. Grezlak will move into the box, sends it right through the middle, but well saved and blocked by the goalkeeper. Cleared away. Then clear away by 11, and Penistone could get a counter-attack going here. Through to the number 8, who's got the goal already. Holds it up and spins it out to the 10 on the left. Got the overlap of the 11, who will face up with Iggulden now and move into the box and then pass it back to the 10. Right-footed will try and curl it over to the far-hand side of the number 2. Bounces ahead of the 2. Goes into a bit of a battle with Tinker, but 2 has got it and he's holding it up. We'll play it back into the midfield for Penistone, who seems to have had a boost of confidence since getting that early goal. Goes in, chesting into the middle, and then cleared away by Grezlak. Headed away by into midfield, but then Iggulden clears it back in, and just a bit of head test between the two teams as number 10 of Penistone couldn't get the ball because he was offside and said so, but despite that, Iggulden had to defend him. Charles up on the ball on the right-hand side, moving into the Penistone half. Tries the diagonal, gets a block, but it will fall to Deacon in the middle, back to Kay, who will send it back into the defence to Owen. And forward to Kay again, who's in that defensive midfield role today. Now in forward to Grezlak. Out left to Deacon. He's looking for the overlap here, looking for Grezlak, who has done well. It goes down under a push from the number 2, but nothing given. I think a bit too light for be a free kick. And Penistone will bring that ball away. Sends it forward, but out of play for Stocksbridge throw. So Steels will be disappointed with that conceding. I think the problem there with that is the fact that they weren't able to close down on that number 8 who got the goal. The ball goes out playing. It will be a throw-in to Penistone. Andrew launched it forward, knocked on it. Iggulden will clear it. Headed away, and Deacon will try and keep it in. Can't do so. Another from Penistone. It's a slow pace this pre-season friendly so far. 1-0 lead to Penistone Church. Goal on the 8th minute. 12 minutes gone in this match. All launched down and head away by Tinker, and then returned by the 2 as a bit of head tennis goes on. Out of play though for another Stocksbridge throw-in. Tinker will right on the halfway line with this throw-in. As the Steels look to finally get a bit of an attack going. They had some stuff going very early on, but then while they had possession, weren't able to really create anything. But Deacon's just won the ball in the midfield. Back to Kay. Forward it goes to Barnett, who switches play. Look for Watson, who I don't think was quite ready for it. Cleared away. Now Penistone will try and have a run at Charles, but Charles just, well, he thought he got his, well, he had actually. Charles got his body in between man and ball, and it will be a throw-in to Stocksbridge. Charles will take his time over the throw-in. And eventually, after a bit of time, well, we thought he was going to take it. It was a bit of a feint, and then goes short to Kay, who eventually does volley it away. Graves like having to shield and man away, and does get through a couple of tackles, and will continue. Tries to pass to Morris, just goes beyond the touch of Morris. Would have been in, but then a slice clearance gives it right back to Morris. Then out now to Watson, who tries to go on the outside. Got two men on him. Does manage to get to the byline, but he goes too far and he's out for a goal kick. It's the most promising Stocksbridge attack in a while, but still haven't been able to create too much. 14 minutes gone in this game. Means 1-0 to Penistone Church. So back now. The goalkeeper, Eagleton has it away, but it bounces fairly for Penistone, who are now in the Stocksbridge half. Out left here to the 11. Tries to get the ball forward, but it is blocked, and Sam Kay will carry it away. And now he's launching the pass long towards Barnett, but Barnett is around a yard offside, and quite rightfully the flag will go up. So, nope. Just noticed that Penistone. Oh no, sorry, just noticed that Rossiter Manor actually already within 5 minutes of 2-0 up against the Doncaster Rovers 11. Stocksbridge tried to get an attack going again, goes for Deacon, but he's going to lose it to the 2, who holds him off well and wins the ball back. Stocksbridge had no luck going down that left wing so far. They've got Jordan Barnett playing left wing in this first half, as the back pass was a bit short, but keepers had to get it out before Barnett can get to it. And that's when we're about to talk about Jordan Barnett, a former Penistone player. Came through the academy at Penistone while Ian Richards was manager before being spotted by Burnley and moving over to Lancashire. A few clubs later, including places like Yeovil Town, Oldham Athletic, returned to Penistone Church for the 23-24 season before being at Abbey Hay last year. Morris gives it out here into the middle to Watson. Tried to find Graves like we had back heel, but he's tackled his possessed. Watson trying to win it high. Can he get onto that next touch? It's a bit of a tussle for it at the moment, and Watson will get it away, but then he's immediately met by the 6, and Penistone are now able to carry it away. The number 2 there is just knocked over Tinker as Tinker went to press. It's a bit of an awkward one, and he's going to get that ball back. It didn't go as far forward as he would have wanted it to. As the ball goes long out, and then Roxburgh will claim it. Forward, trying to find Gresham, but it's a poor pass. It's intercepted. And outright to the right it goes, and Penistone will slip it through to the 10. It's a good attack. This is a good opportunity. Overlap for the 7. Puts it in the middle. Eagleton able to hook it away, but it's just going to be back to the 7 on the left here. Out to the 10, and he's going to take the shot blocked by Charlesworth. Our first corner of the game is incoming. So corner for Penistone to take, with number 14 heading over to take it. 17 minutes gone. Penistone a chance to double their lead in this pre-season friendly. Sottery have most of their players back. Only Watson and Deacon left up. It's a good-looking corner right in the 6-yard area, but Owen will head it away. Now it's the next battle for it for the second touch, and Penistone win that before Barnett gets a touch on it. Then goes to Morris, and Morris tries to get it to Watson, who will then volley forward. It's one for Morris to try and chase, but Morris gave up on that early when he realised it was well too overhit. Back to the goalkeeper it goes. Ball launched long, and Charlesworth will head it away with a bit of a grunt. Goes out for Penistone throwing into their own half. Ball launched forward. Grejlak will head it away, then head it back to Grejlak, who will take the volley. He's looking for Barnett, but falls a bit short, headed away to their free. Now Grejlak putting the press on Ballin, and he will be a foul. Goes Penistone's way, and there's some annoyance from the Stocksbridge players, in particular earlier, towing at that being given. But it won't matter as Penistone have a free kick, and then your chance of Stocksbridge creating an attack from that will end. So back with the Penistone goalkeeper. As the ball goes long here, and Owen will head it away. Morris flicks it on, and Watson will try to get it, but the keeper's well out, thankfully, because of that free kick for Penistone, or else it could have been more of a problem. Two players missed header. Sam Kane's just won it, and he's going to try and take it forward, and then it goes to Morris, who gets it out to the right, and before he can get to Watson, it's a well-timed tackle by Rob Ludlam, the new Penistone Church defender who comes from Parkgate. And considering I saw Parkgate lose 5-0 on Saturday to Durham District, I think they're missing him. Launch to Grejlak, back to right. Charles was trying to keep it in. He does just about with his juggling. And looking for the 1-2 down the right too. Grejlak puts the cross in, look for the near post block before it can make it to the 6-yard area. And will be carried away now before being launched out. Owen will get it to feet. He's been put under a bit of pressure. Out to Watson, who's trying to find the overlap, and it's took a deflection into the path of Charlesworth. Charlesworth's trying to slip it in the middle. Block, but it's going to fall here to Grejlak, who curls it over the bar. Biggest chance for Stocksbridge so far in this game is Penistone, who've had a few defensive frailties, and that Stocksbridge were able to get the opportunity. Grejlak took the shot but couldn't keep it low enough. It goes over the bar. So it remains 1-0 to Penistone Church with 20 minutes gone in this game. But much improved, though. You have to say Penistone, while they've looked good in a lot of parts of the game, they have made a few daft mistakes, which pressing attackers like Stocksbridge have been able to take advantage of. And say if others might be able to, as the ball goes through to 11, trying to get the overlap. Owen intercepts well, and would carry it through. Back to Deakin. Taylor rolls in front of him and carries on advancing forward. No pressure on him. Slips it forward to Morris, who tries to go left, and then that is just too loose, and Penistone will intercept and clear it out to the 14. Switched out to the 3. Real forward to the 4-10, and back to the 3. They send it long, but look at Tom Charles had left one late in there on the Penistone play, and it will be a free kick to Church. So, number 3, concerningly a bit slow to get up. We're giving his water while we wait for this game to resume. Rob Ludlam will take the free kick. Ludlam flipping the ball towards that left-hand side and looks all the way to the top. 2 Stocks, who tries to knock it back to 11. Goes forward, Ludlam holding the attacker as it goes back to the 11. But it turns out Charles tries to turn him again, maybe just tried it a bit too many times, but has a nice little ball to the right before Tinker is able to intercept it. Sends it forward to Morris, and Stocksbridge a chance for a counter. Morris will now find Watson on the right wing. Watson one-on-one with Ludlam. Ludlam with a raised arm takes out Watson, and no free kick given. I think Rob Ludlam is a lucky man on that occasion with the raised arm, taking out Watson on the counter-attack. Very lucky that there is no free kick on that occasion. Number 10 will fight the overlap here, and Owen's having to try and do well with number 7, but he's managed to create a bit of space for himself. Seeking back to help as the 7 goes deep, and then a drill pass to the edge of the area to 14. Touch just loops on him, and Sam Kay is able to get in on him, and Sam Kay able to come away with the ball very nicely. Out to Watson, who flicks it back into the middle to Morris. Drops deep. We'll find Watson again on the right. Some good football from Stocksbridge, except it comes off the back heel of Watson. Morris able to keep it in, but the momentum of that attack has been ended by that. As Eagledon now has it, knocks it over the top, looking for Watson. Chester down by Ludlam though, and he will take it back to the goalkeeper. Launch ball forward to the 10. K intercepts and back with Owen. He'll return it to Roxburgh. Taking the touch and forward to Owen. So Roxburgh really hasn't had much to do, but all he's really done is pick the ball out the back of his own net for that goal in the 8th minute. Stocksbridge are 1-0 down. With Iggulden carrying the ball out and trying to drill the ball forward, but well read by Ludlam, stepping out of defence. Now the pass to the number 10. One touch first to the left to 11. Dribbles it into the middle. And then knocked over the top. And it's an awkward bouncing ball for Stocksbridge defenders. It moves into the box. Trying to get back to the 10. Sideways it goes and back to the 12 and over onto the right. Short pass to the 14. He's going to his touch, taking a shot, blocked by Owen. Appeals for a handball. I think it came off the upper thigh of Elliot Owen. As Barnett's been pressed back, has to get back to Tinker and then back to Owen, who will launch it away. Forward to Morrison. Tries to knock it on to Watson. Ludlam reads and intercepts. Forward to the 2. And the 14 and then not back. Watson trying to press. He's on the left-hand side. Watson trying to do that and can't do so. Penistone managed to beat that before launching the ball high up into the air. And then Penistone will not want it for the right-hand side. It will go out for a goal kick.
Who is it?
So back with Roxburgh now for the goal kick. Takes his time as we have a fairly slow pace to this pre-season game. 25 minutes gone. As he looks for his options up front. And he decides that he's going to go drift right to the right. And Charles goes over the top of Charles Ruff, who's not happy. He thinks there was a foul on him. Does eventually go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. We'll be back with Charlesworth. This time looking for an option. He's taking a lot of time. Finds Grejlak and he loses the ball. And Charles are trying to get a foot in and comes off a couple of legs before going out for a Stocksbridge throw. It's Penistone's management team appealing for that. Brett Lovell, a Stocksbridge legend, one of that management team. Goes to Watson, who puts it over to Kay in the middle. Tinker tries to widen play. And in the end, he's forced to give that back to Elliot Owen. Gets it over to Kay. Moved on to the left-hand side. Right footer, trying to knock it over the top. Looking for Barnett. Bounces before Stocks is able to clear it. Kay will head it right back to the right back of Penistone, who will carry it forward. And Octane cleared and Penistone able to clear, but it's out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. So back with Tinker, who will quickly launch the ball forward. Morris takes it down, moves it onto the left wing, trying to get the better of Stocks. Back it goes to Deacon. Finally over, Tinker tried a first time pass, blocks, and he tries to get it back, goes over himself. There wasn't any sort of foul there as Owen tries to return it back to the left, and at the second attempt, the number 2 manages to launch it up in the air. Third attempt slightly heads away, and now the 8 will head it further away. Owen goes in with his head, but a high foot of Penistone will be penalised, and it will be a free kick to Stocksbridge. 27 minutes gone in this game, and it's 1-0 to Penistone. Tinker with a short one to Deacon, and back to Tinker. Ian Richards shouting instructions from the sidelines as Kay tries to knock forward, take a bit of deflection. Tinker will get through one man as Tinker carries on going forward with it. He continues to go forward, lays it off to the left. Morris in there, goes down in the box, but it was a clean tackle. No appeals for a penalty. Penistone defending well. So the only problem you see Penistone's defence seems to have is that when they hold on to the ball, they seem to be able to give it back away. As Kay intercepts, tries to take it down with a touch. Second touch, he is able to get it. Back to Iggulden, though, and he will try to send it forward, but it's a poor pass, intercepted, as it goes over to the 12. Switch out to the number 8 on the right wing for Penistone. And now here come plenty of black and white striped shirts. Left foot looking for the switch. It's just going to fall a bit behind. And Ollie Grejlak's trying to win the ball. He's got a foot on it, but he's going to lose out to the 10. Switches out right to Jack Tinker's missed his man there. And he just manages to use his pace to get back in the tackling, or else it could have been 2-0. Penistone will restart the attack on the right wing. Looking for the 1-2 and trying to curl the pass in. Being held up by the 10. Turns, shoots, and it's bounces a few times off the ground before trickling into Mikey Roxburgh's arms. So back with Roxburgh now. Ball launched forward and Ludlam will head it away. Okay, gets it out to the left and Barnett will not be able to get to that. It's back to the right back of Penistone. Forward to the out. Back into the midfield. And then clear away by Stocks and then header back. Back to Ludlam. We'll switch it out left. Charles feels like he might be able to get to that. Does with the sliding tackle. But Ludlam will be able to get that back in the defence position. But his pass forward just gives it back to Charlesworth. Out to Grejlak to Watson now. He's trying to get past his man using pace. Gets past the first, but he's been held. He tried to turn on the afterburners. And he's going to stay down as well. For a second or two, just getting back up to his knees now. Hope did have injury problems during his first spell with Stocksbridge, so hopefully that's nothing any more serious than just a bit of pain. That'll fade away as time goes on. And he is back up now.
Like a guessing game, right?
And Deakin will take his free kick. A chance to test Stockbridge's set pieces, which were so effective last season and will become even more important in the Northern Premier League Premier Division next season. As Deakin loop that ball looking for that far post. It's not cleared fully. There's a shot and it's bang in the back of the net. I think it's Jack Watson who's got the goal for Stocksbridge. Penistone weren't able to clear the lines from the initial free kick. Watson has managed to get on to that and he managed to get a bouncing volley behind the goalkeeper and the Steels get their first goal of pre-season. Jack Watson getting the goal. Good way to introduce himself back to these fans after a season away. Jack Watson spent the 23-24 season with the Steels, was the second top scorer behind Luke Rawson that year. Left in the summer, went to Sheffield FC before one of the Penistone managers just gets a clobber in from the football being cleared away. Went to Belper Town and played against Stockbridge in that playoff semi-final, but has now returned to Stockbridge following our promotion and has shown what he's capable of. Smart finish in the box, making the most of a poor clearance by Penistone, which has been their problem in this game, really. It's been, in fact, when you give their defenders a bit of time, they've struggled to pick a pass. I say that as Stocksbridge do the same. Charlesworth giving the ball away through Tom Charlesworth. As Penistone saying one down the channel will stay in play, but Ingleton will just allow that to go back to Roxburgh. He sends it over to Elliot Owen. Takes a touch and slowing the game down. 32 minutes gone, 1-1 here at the Memorial Ground. Roxburgh takes time over to Ingleton. Will carry it out to play. Sends it forward to Morris. Back to Owen. Takes his time with it and now sends it over the top, but over the top of everyone but the goalkeeper, who will claim that one. So back with the goalkeeper now, sends it long. Owen will big header away, and then Ludlam can only head up into the air. Watson trying to track it, but the free got the touch onto it, and just a bit of battling in the air before Charles just completely misreads that, and but Grejlak's back to save his blushes as Ingleton to the back of the fence, and then all the way back to Roxburgh. Over to Owen now. He's taking the left-hand side of the central defence. Now Barnett's just dropped deep to give it back to Barnett, looks like Jordan Barnett's moved into central midfield with Deaking on the left wing. As Charlesworth moves into the centre of midfield here now, looking on the right for Watson. Watson doesn't control it well with the outside foot and allow Penistone to come in, and he has been dispossessed. Penistone clear it away. Owen will track it and head it out to Kay, takes it down on his chest, looks to turn under pressure, out to Charlesworth, who has to give it back to Eagledon. Penistone's pressure working well as the ball has to go all the way back to Roxburgh. Going forward to Deakin. Got nowhere to go, has to give it back to Owen. And then short to Deakin as Stocksbridge are trying to lure the Penistone press out. Now Tinker will go forward space. Forward to Morris, who looks to turn his man. Can't do that. Back it goes to Barnett, who gets it into the path of Sam Kay. Great pass from Kay to Charles on the right. Really good football. Charles puts the cross in. Head away for it can get to Watson. Penistone able to clear it to the edge of the area. The Seven's not done great there. And it's bounced into the area. And there was a very high foot there, I think, on Rob Ludlam that wasn't spotted by the referee. It is now back with the Penistone goalkeeper. 34 minutes gone in this game. It is 1-1 between Penistone and Stocksbridge. Ball goes forward about all the way forward, chest down, but there will be free kick. It is offside, called on Penistone. Charles takes shot to Grezlak. Grezlak now outright to Watson. Put into the middle. And then try to find Deakin, but a good time sliding challenge from Stockstack gets the ball away. Now Penistone will build, try to flick it over to the left, and Kay gets a head onto it, but it's only gone back to Penistone, who will look to get the attack going, and there's a bit of a clumsy pass in. There's appeals for a handball. It wasn't one in my opinion, but then it's a misplaced pass that was behind the 11, and it will be a throw-in to Stocksbridge. We are 10 minutes away from half-time here. Tom Charles have taken a touch. Will send this forward. So good looking pass. Barnett looking to bring it down, but just can't do so. Now the two will get it away, and he'll spread it out to the right to the number 8. Penistone trying to get the ball away. It's into their midfield now, before it's returned to the goalkeeper. Ball forward's not great, just goes right to Sam Kay, who will look to start an attack, rolls it out to Grezlak. Now he's trying to find Charlesworth with the overlap, and Charlesworth gets a bit of a shunt, and then eventually tackled. Will go out to play for a Stocksbridge throw. Stocksbridge trying to see if they can take the lead before the end of the first half. Charlesworth now with the throw. Got a few options here as he gets it into the middle and out to the edge of the area as Grezlak's trying to carve out some space. Out to the right, and Watson goes down under a challenge. No foul though, as Deakin now tries to open up the space a bit, gives it back to Owen. Try and release some of the complete shape that Penistone have been able to form. Loop pass looking for Morris, headed away though to the right, and then able to clear. Owen takes a touch, carrying it forward. Looking for Owen to carry on all the way through. Owen almost goes the whole way through. One last ditch tackle from the right back stops him from doing so. Penistone drilling it forward now. The 11, Charles has to be smart here. Manages just get it out to Kay. In the touch, back to Charles though. Go to Ashton Curl on the right side. He keeps it in, and then, but I thought it stayed in. The linesman has disagreed with that. Throwing to Penistone. 37 minutes gone. 1-1 here. So back for a Penistone throw with a number 3. As I say, Penistone good on a slow pace, as you would expect in pre-season. Ball goes forward, head away. Kay will head it away. Grezlak knocks it on. Morris trying to fight for it. Loses the ball out to the 14 in the middle of the pot. Knocks it out to the right, where the number 2 will run onto it, and Penistone are bringing men forward. That's a right flick to number 7, and Kay will win that ball well, and advantage is given after there was a bit of a nibble on his ankles. Deakin sends it forward, I think, and Watson's going to try and see if he can get in the middle, but Ludlam doesn't head it away properly. Stocks has to get it away. Morris just can't get the touch though onto it. Back with Deakin now, gets it out to Grezlak. Grezlak going forward, trying to find Barnett on the right before Penistone are able to block that and clear that. Deakin. Deep in midfield into K now. Then back to Deakin, who knocks it over the top. And Morris trying to bring it down, but he was offside even if he had been able to. I'd say it's been the most exciting game in the world, this one. 1-1 at the moment. So it's a midweek pre-season game for non-league teams. Everyone's on a day at work, they're thinking, why do we have a friendly tonight? And not exactly the most intense football we've seen. Number 2, back into Stocks, who slices that one and sends it out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge will get the ball back. And there has been a substitute here. Jack Watson has headed off to be replaced by Luke Watson. So, earlier than expected, we were expecting to see Rawson in the second half of the game to lead the line. Said he's on here at the 39th minute mark. Whether that's an injury concern for Jack Watson, that they just want to play safe. But the goal scorer now heads off. Oh, now it's left to Barney, who forced back to Tinker. Puts the ball into the box, goes behind Rawson, and then cleared away, only going to the edge of the area. Deakin takes shots, a volley, hits the bar. It's almost a spectacular goal from Danny Deakin. Gets it out to Tom Charlesworth, who takes the touch. Out there acting Morris, back to Charlesworth, who tries it forward, but the tackle comes in on him, will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Out the right to Eagledon. Out the right to Charlesworth. Tries to curl it in and completely unmarked there with Adam Barnett moving in. He was offside even if he had done so. He wasn't able to connect with the header in the end. If he had done so, it would have surely have been 2-1 to the Steels. 1-1 here, there was the goalkeeper. So back with the Penistone keeper, goal kick taken, move on to their left wing. Kay will win that header for Morris, who knocks out to the right, and Grezlak will keep it in out to Rawson. But the tackle goes in, Penistone on the ball. Forward to Eagledon, who gets it to Kay. Gets it out into the midfield. Knocked over the top for Charlesworth, who heads it into the midfield. And will go back to Roxburgh. Forward out to Deakin now. Elliot Owen on the ball. Slowing it down as he goes back to Deakin. Launch it forward before Stocks clears it away and out for a throw-in. So back with now Jack Tinker for the throw-in. Back to Owen, forward again to Tinker, who will volley it forward, and there's just a Penistone head on it. I'll take it back to the goalkeeper. Time being taken of it as you would expect in pre-season. Ball going forward. Kay just goes over his head and out to Deakin, who knocks it over the top for Rawson to chase. And Rawson will look to get the better of Stocks here as faces up. The number 2's back helping now, though. Overlap to the left, cross going in. It's over the top of everyone, including Morris, who's moved over to the right wing since Rawson's come on and gone into centre forward. Goes forward. Eagledon will head it away into midfield for the 7 of Penistone. Now into midfield and switched out to the right. Out to the right, 2-4 to the 11. And he's going to carry forward. He's got through one challenge and he's been given a bit of space here, trying to find the overlapping pass, but a bit overhit. But the goal scorer from the very beginning of the game, he's going to earn a corner by knocking it off Charlesworth, and it will be a set piece. So corner kick for Penistone. Number 14 going over to take it. Their second corner of the game. Stocksbridge yet to have any. It shows you that the attacking intent hasn't been completely on show today by either team. As Jordan Barnett was going to peel out the box, ball goes towards Nemo's bone. So there's the 8, tried to get a touch onto it, did, but it took him further out. Back to the 14k closing in, but moved into the box despite that. Goes to the edge of the area to number 7. And Morris will tackle though. Stocksbridge are able to try and get this away, but he's been held up. But then gets a bit of a kick in the back of the ankles, and it is a free kick. Quickly taken. That's Charles, who's on the left-hand side at the moment. Going forward in the middle now to Barney, who's knocking it over the top for Rawson, who will keep it in, holding up the play on the left wing. Gives it back to Charles, who's still at left back. Email to Barnett, capable of the spectacular, but he's going to try and chip this ball the far hand side towards Morris, but headed away, and Penistone able to deal with that. Out to 11, who controls it, tries to go backwards, and Grejlak gets him with the tackle. Back to Kay. Back to Charlesworth. And then back to Owen, who will send this upfield, trying to get it towards Ross, who will fight for it. But the guy having a bit of a wrestling match with Rob Ludlam, and Rawson was appealing to the linesman for a free kick. It's not being given. Ludlam gives it over towards his own right back. Gives it short and carries it forward.
Oh my God!
Pushes that to the left to the 14. Taking his time for putting it back in the middle. And then switched out, and it's a poor switch. No one is there for it. It will be a throw in to Stocksbridge. That's typical pre-season, that. I think if everything had gone to plan, there would have been someone there for it, but there weren't. Stocksbridge clear it away. But that pass forward being intercepted, and Penistone are on the counter-attack here. 11's looking to turn, but Ingleton's giving him no space. Out to the right. Owen's not closing down yet. Instead, he goes down to the right. Slide tackle go in. It's a well-timed tackle, and it comes off the Penistone attacker last, and it will be a goal kick. We are past the 45-minute mark, except half-time at any minute now. Goes forward to Charles, who carries forward. Ball pass to Barnett. First pass locked, and then the number 12 able to get it and clear away Penistone. Ball knocked over the top for the 8, and he's onside. As he's just managed to turn away from Tinkford, takes a shot near post. Roxburgh spills the initial save, but Owen has that covered, so he can claim it. 46 minutes gone of it, and there we go. That is the end of the first half. So Penistone took the lead on the 8th minute. Their number 8 was not closed down at all, and with that space, he was able to fire it past Micah Roxburgh into the back of the net. But Stocksbridge were able to equalise on the 32nd minute. A free kick was not clear. Jack Watson able to volley in. It's 1-1 between Penistone Church and Stocksbridge Park Steels. We'll see you in 45 minutes.
Trent. Thanks for going back.
Hello and welcome back to the Memorial Ground for the second half of this pre-season friendly between Penistone Church and Stocksbridge Park Steels. It's 1-1 at the moment here. It was Penistone who got the lead in the game. 8 minutes gone there, number 8. Hit a really well hit strike. Mikey Roxburgh was left with very little chance. However, in the 32nd minute, Jack Watson was able to volley in after Penistone were unable to clear their lines, and it's 1-1 here of all to play for in the second half. And the second half is underway, with Stockton just kicking the ball out. So Stocksbridge Park Steels in yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks from right to left, while Penistone Church are in the black and white striped shirts, black shorts and black socks from left to right. We'll go through the Stocksbridge team, which has been 10 changes at the half-time break in a second. Yeah. But we are having a bit of a delay because the football's flat. So Penistone trying to just get into a bouncing ball here, get it forward, but Owen able to head it away. Penistone get it back, try to knock it over the top. Owen, who's actually 9 jumps, sorry. As Owen sends that one right out of the stadium. So the teams are as follows. So Penistone Church, they've not given us a team. Rob Ludlam was on at the first half, but it appears he has gone off. Mackenzie Stocks is a centre-back that we do recognise. He was regular in the reserves and under-18s for Stocksbridge a few years ago. And the Stocksbridge team, it's Ben Townsend in goal, then Jordan Lemon, Jordan Barnett, Sam Kay, Jack Crook, Thomas Pools, Alfie Wilkinson, Luke Rawson, Jack DeGrucci, and Tommy Marshall. Actually, it's Alex O'Connor rather than Sam Kay. Do apologise. So it's Alex O'Connor on instead of Sam Kay. So plenty of changes as Stocksbridge tried to get as many players up to full match fitness. As Penistone now have a free kick on the halfway line. Ian Richard shouting his orders out on his return to Penistone today. Well hit free kick will just make it into the arms of Ben Townsend. It's his first actions of pre-season, missing for the game at Golcar, away on holiday. Only having a bit to drink. I've seen the pictures. It was a bit. And the ball just goes long. Look for Austin, who heads it on really well. And Alfie Wilkinson very close to getting onto it then. Alfie Wilkinson, who is familiar with Penistone, having played for Golcar last year in the Northern Counties League, scored 17 goals for the village. Quite a few of the Golcar fans on Friday were telling me how good a player he is and how annoyed they were that he's left to sign for us. As Penistone on the attack here, number 7 getting past it. His man now puts it into the middle and just enough of a clearance on it by DeGrucci. Ball goes through, deflected. Owen will get a block and he's going to allow Jack Crook to come away with it. Kills the outlook towards Rawson, who will hold up on the ball with Stocks coming into his back, trying to get it back. Will hit it sideways to Thomas Poole. Out to Jordan Lemon now. We'll move forward with the ball. Lemon carrying on. Good turn back. Goes to Poole. Look at the cross in and it's overhit. Actually, dropped a bit quicker than we thought it would. Hit the top of the bar before going out. It remains 1-1 here with 49 minutes gone. Thomas Poole, who was one of the playoff heroes, scored the winner against Belpatown at Brackamore in front of 900 Stocksbridge fans, the second highest attendance in Stocksbridge history for a competitive match. Sent all those home fans happy and sent us to the final, where Thomas Poole also scored a penalty in that shootout, but admittedly not the famous one. As a number 2 for Penistone, it's the same one from the first half. Sends his throw-in well forward, and Cook having a battle for it, loses out physically though. And now Penistone have a chance to put the ball in the box. Cook does get back in position, and that cross is blocked by Owen. Cleared away. Headed away by Wilkinson, and then Poole, I think, just took a clip of the player as he got that away. There's no free kick being given, but the Penistone man is struggling to get back to his feet and will have a few limps before trying to get back up to a bit of speed. Out for Penistone, throwing on our right. 15 minutes has gone in this game. Ball going back to the 2 here. Out to the 14 and back to the 2 as Penistone tried to get the way in. Back to the 14. Trying to get his all the way through here. And he tries to get in the box, but Owen will block it. Back to the right and carry it out to the right-hand side. Penistone keeping the ball for a long time. Plenty of possession. Owen gets the tackle in. Will go out for a Penistone corner. Their third of the game and first of the second half. And it has been all Penistone in this second half so far. Closest Stocksbridge have come to really attack is that Thomas Poole cross that looped onto the top of the bar. So here comes the corner. Will be left foot. Looped on, look toward far post, headed towards goal, but out of play. Taken short by Townsend in the traditional goalkeeper's cap. As Crook will carry it away, launch it forward, but caught by the number 9 defence, and there's appeal for offside on Tommy Marshall as he came back to tackle it, but none given as a ball forward, and Penistone keeper will clear it away. Crook's trying to measure this up, will head it out. Bouncing midfield, uncontested by Stocksbridge, but the pass forward by Penistone poor. O'Connor intercepts. Up to Poole, who's in central midfield. O'Connor in the deep roll with Poole and Wilkinson in front of him. DeGruchy and Marshall on the wings. So the ball is on the left here for the throw-in for Penistone. Sent forward and big block goes in before it goes out for a Stocksbridge throw. I'll go forward and well won by Alex O'Connor. Out now to Owen. Plenty of options, and he's going to go in centrally to Thomas Poole. Gets the pass through to DeGruchy. DeGruchy takes a shot, blocked. He's going to fight for that ball again, but he's going to lose out on that fight. He's continuing to try and get the ball back, DeGruchy, and that's allowed Lemon to come in with a tackle. He'll take a few steps forward. DeGruchy offering himself as an option on the right. Lemon's going to put the ball into the middle. Stocks out to clear, but blocked off a Penistone player. It's going to stay in the box. And number 2 is doing all he can to make sure Ross can get to it, but he only clears it out to Wilkinson, who's going to get past his man. And he's getting himself some space, but hasn't put a ball in. We'll get back to Barnett, who's now in left back, rather than the left wing position he took in the first half. Back to Rawson, who's put a crossing towards the far post and punched away, and the offside flag is up as Wilkinson tried to hook that goalwards. It was well offside. Well, wide, I mean. I think it was off. So Penistone will get the free kick here. 53 minutes gone in this game, 1-1. Back with the Penistone goalkeeper. Sends it forward and kept in by number 8. Back to the 2. Marshall just can't get it tackling, and Penistone will keep the ball as they go forward with it. Keeping the ball, Penistone, and then a slice pass, and Poole got something onto it. Not enough, though. It just gives it back to the centre-back, who's wearing a number 9 shirt, which is not going to be well accepted by the traditionalists here at Penistone. It's back to Ben Townsend, who's not too much to do just yet. Sends the ball forward. And then out to left to Wilkinson, who just can't get it under control, but he does get enough to Barnett, who can't pass forward. He's blocked by 12, who keeps it in, tries to get forward, but the goal scorer, number 8, not able to control. His touch takes out of play for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Back with Barnett, throws it forward into Wilkinson, who's put under a lot of pressure, escapes it, gets it out to Lemon. No, Wilkinson just running a bit slowly after that as the pass goes forward, and he played out for a throw-in. Seems to be all right now. Wilkinson, it just looked like he may have just got a slight little knock from that pass and tackle. Back with Lemon for the throw-in. Forward to DeGruchy. Being forced backwards at the moment. Wanted the overlap, couldn't get it. Playing the middle. O'Connor will lay it loose towards Wilkinson. Then forward to O'Connor. Plenty of space. O'Connor takes shot. Blocked. Appeals for a handball and not given. It's been tough for the end. O'Connor will flick it back into the box and clipped by the goalkeeper. There was no claims by the players for handball, which would make you think that the referee has made the right call not giving it. 55 minutes gone in this game. 1-1. Owen heads the ball away, and Gushi tried to keep it in, can't do so. Will be a Penistone throw-in. All forward, and now Penistone do slip that pass through very nicely as they're on the attack in the final third now. Get through to 11, who hasn't really got any extra help to the right of him. He's going to have to go long for that help. And he finds it, though. And Barnett putting pressure on, though, forcing him backwards. The two's offering himself as an overlap, but he's having to move in the central. Knocks ball in the middle. Chested down, and Crook able to clear. Forward to DeGruchy. And it takes the knock onto the right. And now ball forward looking for DeGruchy, and just a bit ahead of him. The 9 able to step in and clear it. Out play it goes for a throw-in. Thomas Poole with a nice pass, though. Stocksbridge probably showing some better football than they did in the first half. He's back now 11 for the throw-in, but just got a stoppage here. Alex O'Connor's getting a talking to by the referee. Nothing major. It's a very short talk. Alex O'Connor didn't look too happy about it, though. Thrown back to Crook. Treads on the ball a bit, and his pass forward is blocked and out for a throw-in. With Lemon now. Launches the ball forward, gets it all the way to Rawson. Turns well, gives it to DeGruchy, who now slips it onto the right now. Oh, ball Marshall. Slows it down. Penistone have their men back. Stocksbridge forward though. As Poole evades a couple of tackles, go down under pressure, and it will be a Stocksbridge free kick. I think Stocksbridge is lacking a bit of urgency in the final third, lacking that killer ball at times, but so far, I've shown some good passing in this second half, and now it's a free kick opportunity. And who's the man heading over to take it? Jordan Barnett and Thomas Poole standing over it. Jordan Barnett, who is a free kick specialist, and when he was on trial with Stocksbridge a few years ago against Answorth, he scored a free kick. But it wasn't from this distance. Would be Thomas Poole also standing over it. He scored a couple of free kicks for Stocksbridge in his time. His debut was a free kick goal all the way against Golcar back in 2022. Barnett will take it, and well, that was a commentator's curse, because you build him up as a set piece specialist and he sends it not over the net in front, but the net behind. At the very least, he'd have got 3 points for a rugby conversion for that one. Not his best free kick, but he's got to get his eye in, I think, at this point. If you look at some of the goals he's scored in, not just this division for the Northern County Penistone, but higher up, at like Oldham and Notts County, you'll see he is very impressive and capable of scoring some stunning goals. Penistone makes some substitutes, including Jack Cawthorne making his way on. Penistone sending the ball forward, but he's going to lose the ball, but won't leave for too long. It will be a free kick. Tom Marshall was half on his run already. So Penistone will have a free kick just inside their own half. The number 2 here will send the diagonal. It's going to fall short of the box. They've tried to flick it in. And Wilkinson heads it up into the air, headed back into the box. Townsend rushes out and will claim it. Sent forward, trying to get the counter. Degucci's got the beat in the Cawthorne on the right-hand side as Degucci continues down the right. He's got options in the middle. Can he put a cross in? Gets on the outside, puts the ball in the middle, cleared away by the number 2. Hit by Poole, blocked. Back out to Alex O'Connor, puts the cross in. It's not great, and the 2 will clear it. Fought for here by Barnett, but headed away out to the right, and Wilkinson's back to try and help and takes a block, and out it comes into the stand with us. So back for the 2 here. And now we're gone to this game. It's 1-1 still. Ball goes forward. Owen will try to head it away. So that will be a Penistone throw-in. Back for the 2 here. Launches it down. Try to head away. Penistone get the next. I think they've knocked it off a Stocksbridge. They haven't done though. It will be a Stocksbridge throw. Across the men winning 3-1 against Doncaster Rovers. It's Doncaster over 11, so don't get too excited. It's not impressive though. Plenty of Doncaster Rovers youth players going to non-league. There's a few of them for this Stocksbridge team right now, like Jack Degucci. As the ball goes all back to Owen, switches it out to Jack Krupp, sends a diagonal forward for Degucci, takes it down behind him, trying to get it back to Lemon, but Lemon's just gone a bit forward ahead of him. Degucci continue fighting for it, ends up going out of play for Penistone throw though. Ball this way, Mr. Slows. We're getting a new football for the rest of this game. The left will be thrown forward and then blocked. It's going to be another Penistone throw-in. Just slowly moving forward. Thrown to the 7 and back into the midfield. The shot that's blocked and it'll be another throw-in. Penistone in. Chucking down, Johnny getting all the way into the box, headed towards the edge of the area. Penistone can get onto his first, knocked away. Had 12 hit shot, but wide of the goal. Ben Townsend was watching that all the way, but some applause from the home fans. 63 minutes gone in this game. Stockbridge have probably shown more in the second half than they have the first. So goal kick here for Townsend to take, who will send it well forward and head it away before Cook can return it, looking for Rawson, but cleared out again. Chested down, but knocks it over the top, and Penistone going forward here. So good a move, and then passes blocked, ricochets out, and then big clearance play by O'Connor goes out for a throw-in. Round forward to the 8, and he's trying to control it, takes the pass forward, blocked, and it's going to be a Penistone corner, the 4th corner of the game. Stockbridge is yet to have one, considering how much they try that. They do like playing for corners. That is a bit surprising. As Penistone will make another substitution, number 15 is coming on. As I said at the start, Penistone Church haven't provided any team sheets. It's quite normal in pre-season for teams not to do that, especially when they've got trialists playing and managers might not want all their players to be known. And that 15 is going to make its first action. It's going to be taking the corner. So corner going towards the far post of Penistone. The number 9 who playing centre back managed to get a head on it at the far post. Will go over the bar though, and it'll be a Stocksbridge goal kick. 65 minutes gone, 1-1 here. In town, I say it's not really been tested just yet in that Stocksbridge goal. First friendly of the summer. 3 signing this season. Also broke the club record for clean sheets in a single season last year. Don't think he'll be capable of topping that this year, but want to do his best. He's got a point through that step 3 after how his Matlock Town spell turned out. As Poole wins that ball in midfield, gets out the right towards DeGrushim. Well, after it goes out to play, there will be a free kick because there was a late coming in on Poole. Ball goes far. Letman tries to head it back to Crook, and he does. Crook, big volley forward to DeGrushim. Tries to take past man. Corfun got another block on for it to go out for a throw-in. So Lemon will have this throw-in on that right. Needs an option, John Lemon. Not Stockbridge's longest serving player. Much about looking for Marshall. Back it goes onto the right, and Stockbridge trying to get the way in. Back it goes in midfield, back to Lemon. Lemon putting a cross in. It's over the top of everyone. It will eventually go out for a goal kick. So it will be a goal kick for Penistone to take. The goalkeeper getting the ball back in there. Penistone keeper just taking his time with it. For sending the ball a distance away. And there's a drag shot, but O'Connor's won it, knocks it forward. Rawson will look to hold it up. No falls in well, but the ball cleared. It came off Marshall. It goes well forward and it ends up near Penistone's corner flag for a throw-in. So back for the 2. So here comes the 2 throwing, trying to get it far down the field. Away, and then Wilkinson will try to head it on before it's cleared out by Penistone. And Cook doesn't judge that completely brilliant. He gets it to Lemon though, and back to Townsend, who takes his foot and then left-footed will drill it forward. Poole flicks it on, but Penistone intercept. Knock it forward, but Lemon will get it back into field, into defence for Crook. Looks to switch it, looking for Wilkinson. It's going to cause a problem, Wilkinson, as the 2 tries to hold him up and try and guide out for a goal kick. The 2 then has to turn. He does turn well, and then that is a nasty challenge from Alfie Wilkinson. And if it was not a pre-season friendly, it would be a yellow card for the former Golcar striker. And I think he's taking his time getting back up. It was a poor challenge by Wilkinson. And it will be a bit of cramp from the 2 as well before he comes up. So we just got a stoppage in play while just a bit. Well, the number 2 just needs a bit of help, and I think I know he's shaking his head, and I think unfortunately for the number 2, it's the worst thing that can happen during pre-season is an injury to one of your players. Physio is going to come on, see if we can try and help him. It was a hell of a whack on his ankle by Wilkinson. It was an unnecessary challenge from the forward. And yet, if this was a competitive match, he would have found himself in the book for that one. You've seen that Answorth are leading 1-0 in their pre-season friendly against Swallownest. It's back with Penistone for the free kick once number 2 is up, and he is up and should be able to continue.
It's all right.
In an impromptu drink right during that as well, but we will be able to get back on the way. The number 2 is heading off the pitch for now. Well, I think pre-season is not really worth the risk of having him on, but it'll be up to him if he wants to continue. Ball goes forward. Crook heads it on and then knocked on by Deakin. Ross out to left to full. But for lucky for Wilkinson. Stops to the header, gets it out of play, throwing to the Steels. Stocksbridge look to attack. They'll want a goal in the second half. Especially some of these new players would like to get one.
They're still sat there.
Jordan Barnett.
This child almost still doing
Will just taking his time with for finding Thomas Poole. Poole trying to get his way back and hold on to the ball. Back towards Barnett. Tackle goes in and it comes off Barnett last for a throw-in. Barnett not particularly happy with how that passage of play worked out. Had a couple of words with Thomas Poole.
Where's Joe Bill?
Back in stock now and we'll launch it upfield. Went over Owen and Crook will just go back to that and he's going to return it to Townsend. 71 minutes gone in this game. It is 1-1 here. Both teams would like a winner. Penistone only a couple of weeks from the start of their season. Stockbridge win the ball in defence. Crook will carry it out and launch it forward. And Penistone win it in midfield. Like to the other out, but Barnett wins it well. Kind of middle, trying to knock it onto the right, but Cook doesn't make it to Marshall. Clears it out and Lemon gets the touch before the 16 Penistone gets it right back out again. Ball is now back with Stockbridge defence with Jack Crook. Ball goes forward, knock it on, and it will gone to the right. Marshall gets a good tackle in on him by the defender that came on during the half-time break. 72 minutes gone in this game. As Lemon throws it back to Crook. Takes the chest down. In the middle to O'Connor. He's got a man on and he loses the ball to the man on. He flicks it back to 16 for Penistone, who gets it forward. Crook with a tackle in and Lemon touch it back to Crook. Takes touch, evades a tackle. Evades another tackle as Crook continues to go forward. He's got 3 men round him and goes. And somehow he's kept all the ball for longer than you expect, but he did lose it eventually. No one really out to help him as he goes back to keeper Rawson trying to press, and lovely footwork from the Penistone goalkeeper, who then clears it away. It's our defence. Defence clear out to O'Connor, knocked it forward. Before Wilkinson with header as the floodlights come on now. Poole gets in, and it's going to stay in play. Stops try carrying, not a great touch, but Barnett will get it. Barnett go down the left, gets a in the back, and it will go out for Penistone throw-in. Penistone will get their season underway on the 26th of July. They'll take on the local rivals Answorth in that opening fixture before going on to face Padiham in the FA Cup. Stocksbridge will have their opening game on the 9th of August. We don't know who that's going to be yet, but we'll find out tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Keep glued to our social media channels for that. Barnett launch it forward. Also tries to head it back in the field and does get it to Wilkinson, but he can only get it far away and onto the right wing where Hawthorne will get the volley away. Onto the wing for Penistone, dropping into central midfield for 12, who carries middle. Flicks out to the right and looks at the ball there and a bit overhit. Townsend able to get it and he's quickly got it out to Barnett. Barnett looking to turn around. Back it goes to Owen. He gets it back to Townsend, who didn't control it for a second, but now has control. Crook's back to help him if he needs a shot pass. And that ball's just bobbled and bounced a few times, and Oh, could have embarrassed Townsend, but he's got it away. Second time, gets it out to Lemon, takes down on the chest. Forward to Poole, looking to find Tommy Marshall. It's a great pass to Tommy Marshall on the right. Going forward, plays in the middle, look for Wilkinson. He slides onto it, but he gets underneath the ball, spoons it over the bar. It remains 1-1 here. 75 minutes gone. So back with a goal kick for Penistone. So back with Penistone keeper. Takes his time before sending the ball away. Connor gets a header, tries to get it right, and Marshall gets a touch Rawson back to Marshall, who'll carry forward, going at full pace now. Marshall, as he moves into the box on the right side, he's trying to find Wilkinson. Wilkinson will collect on the left hand side. He's back on the edge of the area in the left wing. Tries to look for De Gruchy, but it's clear away. De Gruchy moving back into central midfielder. Back to Owen. Owen forward to De Gruchy, out towards Wilkinson. Wilkinson knocks it out to Owen, who's well up the pitch for a centre back, and then miscontrols it like a centre back up forward. As Stocks will clear it away. Barnett will knock it back into O'Connor. O'Connor carrying it forward. Out to Barnett. Who'll go forward. Chip Rawson tries to chase out. He's looking for Poole, and Rawson was also looking for a free kick as Penistone clear away. It's a big direct ball forward, but Townsend's out to his box to head it away. And now Crook will carry it forward as he crosses the halfway line. Looking forward, looking for De Gruchy, headed away by the number 4 before he can make it to him. Jack Crook, who featured in the Baller League over the summer, playing for the 26ers under John Terry. Moving to Stocksbridge as we are 15 minutes away from full time here. As Lemon has the throw in. Tries to get in the middle, but being intercepted, and Penistone will bring it back into their own box. Under pressure, Stocksbridge got a touch on it. It was Tommy Marshall causing a problem, but Penistone able to clear. Goes forward, looking for their turn of 10, but Jack Crook has done really well there, and he's going to quickly try and switch it out to Wilkinson, but tucked out to head it. Wilkinson will look to rescue it, but he's going to decide to go out for Stocksbridge throw. Back to Owen now. So it's forward to Wilkinson. Back to Poole. Taking time away, knocked forward to Barnett. To Wilkinson now, knocks back to Owen. Owen being forced backwards at the moment by a decent Penistone press. Penistone able to take a step forward after getting it back to Townsend. And Cook touches it out now to Lemon. Now out to the right side to Marshall. Immediately gets a bit of pressure in his back, but it will be a Stocksbridge throw. Launches the ball forward, looking for Rawson here, and finds it on the right wing. He's got a few options in the middle, and overlap from Marshall. Said he's going to go back and then try to get it in the middle, looking for Lemon. He said it's going to be cleared out to O'Connor. And back to Elliot Owen. He's the furthest man back for Stocksbridge in the centre circle as he gets it out to Barnett on the left. Now out towards Wilkinson. Wilkinson being forced back to Barnett, who knocks it over the top. Stocks will head out only towards the edge of the area. Wilkinson will get it, trying to beat his man, beats one man, but then Stockton gets his foot in. Only back to O'Connor. Stocksbridge keep the pressure up. Barnett. Forward to Wilkinson. Gets it back out left now to Barnett. Putting a cross in, looking for the far post. It's a really good cross, but Marshall can't get to it, and Penistone will look to clear and will manage to get it out. It's going to be a throw-in for Penistone in the end. Good defending to get possession. Cap Wilkinson causing a problem. He did score against Penistone for Golcar last season. Now makes a step up 2 divisions above to play for Stocksbridge this season. Huge test for the young midfielder / forward. Just looking at the Penistone bench, he might bring their number 8 back on at some point. He's the man who scored for Penistone all the way back in the 8th minute. The ball goes forward. Out for a throw-in it goes. Stocksbridge throw. Back for Lemon and... Well, we were going to take time, but now it will be the number 8. And he will come back on now. Scored the goal in the 8th minute. Had a break, and now he'll be back on. 79 minutes. Lemon with the throw in now, he'll get a chance to take it and send it forward to O'Connor. He's immediately pressed and his passing can't make it anyway. It's out for a Penistone throw in, so good work in that midfield for Church. As we make it into the last 10 minutes of the game. Both teams would like a winner. Penistone would like the scalp of a Northern Premier League Premier Division team. Stocksbridge would like to get their first win of pre-season just to get a bit of confidence. Oh, throw it out to Owen. Owen carrying it out. Out to Wilkinson, but he's over here, over his head, and out for a throw-in. Oh, back for a throw-in. Stocks will take it. So Stocks taking his time. We now will send this down the channel, this throw-in. Headed away by Owen. And Rawson tries to get in the middle. Marshall fighting for it, but will go back into the Penistone Fest after they got to it first. Keeper will clear it upfield. And Lemon's tracking this to make sure it doesn't turn into a good direct ball. And he's not headed away. The number 8 might win this off him. And Lemon's trying to just get this out for a corner kick. If he can, he has just gone out for a corner kick. Penistone with their 5th corner of the game and a chance to take the lead. Plenty of people up there for Penistone, including Stocks. Cawthorne staying back. Will be an in-swing corner, and it's taken now. It's looked at that far post, and it's headed away by... It's like Thomas Poole was the man with the header. Now the Penistone Bull put the ball back into the box, headed towards the right, still on the edge of the area. Out to the 8, who's going to volley it towards the far post. Headed towards far post, it's going to bounce in, and it goes all across the goal before being cleared away. Just needed a tap-in. As Marshall tries to juggle it, out to the left to Barnett, switches it out to the right to Rawson. Forward to O'Connor. Out on the right. O'Connor carrying it forward. Will now hold it up. Back to Rawson, who's quite deep. So he's meant to be the centre forward. When his pass forward is blocked, and it will be back to the goalkeeper who will clear that one away. But only back to Rawson, remaining deep. He's going to go down on the right-hand side. Ian Richards urging the cross. Rawson will put in the cross. It's not a great one, though. It's right at the near post where the goalkeeper can claim it. 82 minutes gone in this game. Remains 1-1. Ball goes forward and not forward and blocked, and O'Connor will just boot that one out of play and into the park behind the stadium here. No, number 5 Stocks is coming forward, and he will get the ball from the throw-in. Facing with a 3 at the back formation, though, which is allowing Stocks to get forward like this. Puts forward to number 8 here, who's got to try and beat his man, but well marked away by Elliot Owen, and he's trying to get the ball fully away. Penistone trying to keep the pressure on. Ball eventually goes out of play. Both teams appealing for the throw, and it will be Penistone's. Stocks will take this throw. As it's launched right into the box, playing out towards the 6-yard area, and then out further again, but Penistone able to get that box, toggle down. Stocks trying to get a tackle in as it goes out of the area now, and they force Penistone all the way back to their own halfway line. And Shouldn't try to press as it goes out to the left, and some good one-touch passing from Penistone. High loop cross, won't make it very far. Lemon chests it down and appeals for a handball and not given. Only one person appealing for it, in fairness. As well clears all the way out to Rawson, trying to get around. That has been given as a handball. As Penistone block it on the halfway line, it will be a Stocksbridge free kick. Ball goes out to right. A good ball to the right now. To DeGruchy. DeGruchy over to Rawson. Rawson takes a shot. It's blocked, and Penistone then able to clear. Rawson just not being able to get enough space for himself to get that on target. Penistone clears, just going to look right in the air. Hawthorne does manage to get away, but O'Connor wins it. Back it goes to Lemon. Lemon knocked it forward, looking for Rawson. Rawson gets beyond his man. Rawson tries to get the crossing block. It's back with Rawson. Rawson then, I think, is prodded away from him. And Stocksbridge, here on the 84th minute, will have a corner kick. Stocksbridge's first corner as Penistone will make a substitution there. 14 returns to the pitch. He was taking on set pieces in the first half. Barnett will take it. Here's Barnett's corner. Looped. Very, very high corner. Owen gets headed. He's going to head it across the 6-yard area. Goes down the 6-yard area. Appeals for a handball. Not given. And Penistone are able to clear it. Noguchi's trying to fight through with Penistone. Right counter. And there was a clip in the back of the ankle of number 10. It will be a Penistone free kick. 85 minutes gone. Not long to left to go in this one. 1-1. So it was a draw the last time the two sides faced in the Sheffield Senior Cup semi-final. 0-0 here, but Penistone did win in a dramatic penalty shootout. 8 penalties apiece in that one. Stocksbridge missed the chance when Luke Hogg sent his penalty over the bar and hit into orbit. Number 14 here with gets it forward. And Wilson will knock it and it'll go outplay for a throw-in. Back to the 14 for this throw-in. Sends it forward and not towards the 6-yard area. DeGruchy will look to win it, almost loses the ball, but wins it back and he'll use his pace. He's sent it forward for Rawson to chase, and keeper's coming way out to his goal and sends that one out of the ground. I think that's the third one that's ended up in the park behind us. Barnett will have the throw-in. Barnett. And the throws it all to Wilson. Back to Barnett, who sends it over the top. Looking at Gucci, but headed away. O'Connor returns it forward. Marshall will pay chase, but he's too far away from it. Will go back to the goalkeeper. Ball goes forward. Sliced by the goalkeeper. Wilkinson wins the header, but his header will be won by the 12 for Penistone, who sends it forward. Owen returns it with the volley. Rawson's going to fight for it, but he gets Donkey back to Wilkinson, who will carry it forward. Gives it to Rawson. Back into Poole. Poole going forward and to left to Wilkinson, who moves it onto his right. And the pass, I think he just didn't get his touch on the pass right, and it ends up spinning into the keeper. So back with the Penistone keeper. 87.5 minutes gone. Penistone launch it forward. Owen gets the header away and knocks it out. O'Connor gets the pass and Poole fighting for it now, and Poole getting pushed enough to be a Stocksbridge free kick. Big ball launched forward, and it's just over the top of Barnett and out for a throw. Stocksbridge tried to be quicker on that one, and was in a short moment with his throwing. Around 5 of Stocks, who came off for the 14. A good spin from 12 to avoid the pressure from Alfie Wilkinson. Out to the 17 of Cawthorne. And sends it forward. That's the edge of the area. Number 8 who got the goal. Tries to get it through to the box, and eventually I think it's Crook at the last minute. Manages to knock it away. It's with Lemon now. Sends it forward. Rawson heads it over to the Grush, who tried to bring it down. He can't, but Marshall will stop it going out of play. The number 4 steps in, volleys that one out. That's out of the ground. But on the opposite side, too, the pitcher's across from us.
No, I don't know. Rally's in the left.
So Lemon will come over for the throwing.
No, wait, look. Oh.
One goes in, but the Grushi will lose the ball after getting it. Counter-attack ball, but it looked like it was going to be a really good ball to the number 15 here, but Stocksbridge committed a foul, and rather than play advantage, the referee will bring it back. Can't be, but it's the referee's pre-season as well, so he's got to learn and make his mistakes now. That's the goalkeeper here. We'll have the goal kick.
Yes, news. What's it?
So, launched forward by the keeper. But that will be it. It's a 1-1 draw here between Penistone Church and Stocksbridge Park Shields. The first goal coming on the 8th minute from the number 8 for Penistone. He wasn't closed down in time, and he hit a well-hit strike into the far corner past Mikey Roxburgh. Before the end of the first half, in the 32nd minute, Jack Watson, though, took advantage of Penistone not clearing the lines and volley into the back of the net. There were no goals in the second half, despite plenty of effort from both teams. Stocksbridge are still waiting their first win in pre-season. Next up for the Steels is Sheffield Wednesday on Friday night at 7 o'clock at Brecon Moor. We hope to see you there. Thank you very much. We'll see you then on Friday. I'm Adam Allcroft. Good night.